Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity and today I'm reviewing Mato Anomalies on the Series X, developed by Arrowheads and published by PlayerUnknown. So what is Mato Anomalies? Mato Anomalies is an anime-inspired turn-based RPG that takes players on a journey across Mato, a fantasized neo-futuristic version of a bygone oriental city. The premise is that you control Do, a private detective in the city of Tolosma, and Graham, a shaman whose job it is to kill demons. Together, you investigate strange anomalies around the city, or venture into rifts to battle demonic abominations determined to bring about the city's downfall. The game boasts two very distinct protagonists, a card-battling minigame, a blend of 3D and 2D anime storytelling, and multiple endings. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, there is a number of options to help you play the game and enjoy it to its fullest. You can skip dialogue with a single button, or even fast forward at a pace you can suit. Battle speeds are customizable and subtitle sizes are also included. There is also a skip option for the mini hacking game should it be too much for you, but unfortunately no button remapping. There is also no visual options present. Next is gameplay. The gameplay starts with you taking control of Do, who after a kidnapping gets a job investigating a shipment of handout, a mysterious substance that is linked to criminal activity. Whilst investigating said shipment at the harbour, Do accidentally sucked into another dimension called a lair and is attacked by a creature known as a Banetide. Thankfully, Do is rescued by a shaman called Graham, who becomes Do's only way to investigate the mystery behind Handout from then on. From here, the gameplay consists of three different aspects: exploring Tolosma and its lairs, combat, and mind hacking. This is where the dual protagonists come into play, with Do doing the exploring of Tolosma, searching for clues and performing mind hacking on individuals in a bid to get information out of them, while Graham explores lairs and deals with combating the demons within. It's a great split that makes investigating any particular mission feel more like a team effort rather than a one-man band. Whilst there is a main story here, each of the 7 chapters promotes an individual case for the group to solve, whilst the main backstory evolves around them, making each chapter a new and unique experience. Exploring Tolosma is similar to other RPGs, where you buy items, collect a variety of side quests, and talk with other NPCs in a bid to progress the story along. The mind hacking aspect occurs when Do requires information from someone that refuses to tell them what they need, and this comes in the form of a card battling game. You must pay attention to the cards in your hand and use the combinations that can be made against what obstacles your opponent has. This mostly is in the forms of demons, which give the opposition buffs or counters to your attacks. What I liked here was there were several decks of cards, and the further you progressed, the more that opened up, which made for different outcomes and didn't become stale. The descriptions though did confused me a lot, and in the end I often used brute force to try and win. This did not always work, and thankfully the developers have added a feature that after 3 failed attempts you have the ability to skip an enemy entirely and still progress without a penalty. Fantastic. Now, when you're not being a detective in the real world, you are often forced to enter the other dimension, known as lairs, to dispose of the demons plaguing the residents. And it's here where you take control of the second protagonist, Graham. When you enter the lairs, you'll encounter strange looking demonic creatures that you'll have to fight and defeat to complete your mission. Unlike some RPGs, you cannot avoid battles, though later dungeons they do give you alternative paths which allow you to choose a lesser demon to fight. Combat is turn-based and works on a sort of rock, paper, scissors system that solely evolves around your squad attacking a group of demonic enemies with a variety of skills that have cooldowns in a bid to reduce their health down to 0. Every enemy and party member has various weaknesses and strengths like poison, blade, pierce, crush to watch out for, and this can be highlighted when in battle. Certain allies actually specialise in these certain weaknesses and will have skills specific to those attributes. They can change their primary weapon type which hold those skills prior to a battle if a switch up is needed. Unique to Mato, everyone shares the same health bar, which prevents characters from being KO'd and thus being one person or two group members down in a climb of awkwardness. For those that don't enjoy the battle system all the time, you can automate the entire fight, which is sometimes a godsend when it's slightly repetitive with its smaller minions. Whilst the automation can do a very good job of winning the turn, picking the right combinations etc., you will still need to ensure other aspects such as the weapons, gears and skills are tailored correctly to get the best out of your team. The turn-based system is simplistic to start with, but as more characters enter the group, can evolve into a more complex and thrilling experience. Again, trying the automated option helps here, as it sometimes gives you a better understanding of what attack combinations work best with a particular enemy. To ensure you do get the very best out of your team, each person gets a variety of unique weapons, skills and gears which you can upgrade to suit your own playstyle and work like buffs to each character and the group as a whole. Weapons provide the characters their skills alongside having their own stats, and each person has two weapons to choose from, either close range or long range. As you progress, you will find the same weapons with higher stats, but also an extra group buff or two, or even a new skill for use in battles. Each character has 3 skill trees, yin, yang and ultimate, for you to invest points into, with the ability to create builds that best suit your own playstyle. The focus of these is mostly to buff a particular set of skills or reduce a cooldown so you can use it quicker. You can also unlock new skills if you add enough points into a particular tree. Also, anytime you feel you need to respect your characters, you can, should a particular boss start giving you too much hell. Gears, on the other hand, are more like group buffs and can be found throughout levels or side quests. The gears themselves have a variety of traits like more HP or increased crit, with later level ones getting bonus traits such as group defense buffs. And if you use multiple gears of the same token but with a different level, you also get a hidden set buff. In the end, there is so much here to explore and tweak it can be overwhelming. But thankfully the developer has added a button to auto-equip the best ones should it be too much for you. There are some ease of life aspects I would like introduced into the game, such as being able to compare gears when slotted, making it easier to work out which ones to switch, or being able to sell all your old weapons and items with just one click. However, overall the game itself is a great RPG with its own unique take that does get better the more you play. Next up is graphics. The game's blend of 3D and 2D anime storytelling comes in the form of comic panels, cinematics and a text box with characters' portraits on either side. Comic and cinematics are reserved for main plot points, with your characters' portraits being the main bulk of interactions. All the main characters have hand-drawn design that look detailed and unique, with Graham being my favourite and looking like some sort of undead Yakuza. The game's overall levels, however, are in 3D and look visually stunning, especially in South 2nd Road with its giant hologram of Madame Rose watching you walk past. But they are a little sparse for my liking, with only a small amount being actually explorable, with others more 2D static backgrounds for dialogue engagements. Stark contrast to the levels that are explored are the citizens of Mato, who all have clean looking character models without eyes in a bid to sell you that NPC visual. I would say though that the models are overly used, and it would have been nice to have a few more variations to really sell that post-apocalyptic world. But it does also help when exploring that world, as the ones with eyes stand out and help ensure they are the characters worth noting. Layer designs take the theme of whatever chapter there is, like Misty's episode centred around a theatre of silhouettes, or Rich's one showing chunks of money laying around signifying greed. Design of the layers range from simple corridors to averagely complex mazes that can add in a specific puzzle or alternative routes to keep things interesting. Combine this with a pretty decent amount of demon variety as design, and battles being a visual treat, I never found them boring or frustrating. In terms of frame rate, to my eye it was very fluid and stable, but I did see pop in here and there in the more crammed areas of the explorable world. I would also point out that loading screens are well used here with tips or lore, whilst a specific character portrait is filled as the games load, which is a nice touch, I think. And finally, sound. The game is partially voiced and the cast has some great voice actors for the characters. There is a variety of different language options, so you should be able to find something to suit your needs. I will say there is the odd lip syncing issue, with it being a few seconds off, but as I said, that's something that can be patched.
Hey, old lady! You started it with your gun!
You little brat! Who you calling old lady?
In terms of music, during the dialogue between characters, it is pretty decent and sets the noir tone well. Lair music has several tunes from different musical genres and uses a wide range of instruments ranging from harmonicas to classic guitars to ensure the themes it once envisaged are showcased.
Scan mode. Attack.
Battle sounds are done well and attacks are impactful and weighty depending on the skill used, and ultimates are by far the best sounding, though I did get the odd issue with it losing sound sometimes. My recommendation here would be a good quality headset to really enjoy the complete experience of battling demons in a different realm. And this leads me on to the rating of the game. Now I rate games in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Mato Anomalies is a great purchase. This game is unique and places its own take on the RPG's genre. This would be a perfect game for you to start with if you want to experience turn-based RPGs, and for the more experienced of you, it's still enough to keep even you happy. I would say it's a bit like Persona 3-like experience for those who have played it, and you can see its influence well. And just like them, it is heavy on the dialogue and story, so if that's not your thing, do take this into account.
Show me your work.
The game is currently priced on Xbox at £34.99 or approximately $40, and depending on your skill and patience would give you about 50 plus hours worth of gameplay. However, with multiple endings, side quests and unique gears to find, you could easily add another 10. Overall, this is a great game for those starting out, and maybe those looking for something to fill the void whilst waiting for their favourite RPG to come out. The developers have placed their own take on this genre, and for me at least has become a franchise I want to invest more time in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.
I like the sound of that.